What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Progression series, Reloaded. I am super excited for this episode. Not only is Cyber Dragon up for grabs this week, but we are going to change the format of this game upside down. That's right, we are making another big change to how this progression series plays out. We're going to restructure exactly how we go about opening these packs. Now, for the last few episodes, we've had a lot of fun cracking open so many different packs in the DM era, and to start things off in the GX era, I think we did pretty good. Ricardo and I have decided to speed up the process of our opening in this series. Not only are we still going to be opening Cybernetic Revolution, but we are going to open the following set, Elemental Energy. Now, yes, we did just go 15 episodes, opening one box at a time, but Ricardo and I have decided that by opening 2 sets at a time, not only will it increase the card pool we get each episode, but it will also help us get through all the sets that may or may not be that amazing. Don't get me wrong, pretty much every set has something we can add to the deck, but by doubling the card pool we get every episode, the likelihood of us bringing a new strategy to the game is that much more. Now again, who knows, maybe we will stick with something like Chaos, or maybe I can still hang around with my Rescue Cat deck. But at the end of the day, increasing the speed we move down the timeline in these sets is just going to progress our series even faster. Now again, in the future, we are going to still have a ban list like always, but now that we've gotten rolling on the GX era, we wanted to spice things up in some way to keep this series entertaining for, well, us and of course for you guys. Both of us feel this is going to be a really awesome twist to our series, and in addition, it also affects the wheel spins. This week will obviously be the same because we only opened 1 set last episode, but on the following episode, we will get 2 wheels, one for Cybernetic Revolution, and of course another for Elemental Energy. So we still have the same reward system, just twice as much per an episode, but technically the reward is twice as valuable. I am super excited to get this episode started. I'm going to pass it to Ricardo for his loser wheel. I'm sure he's very excited to open 2 sets this week. But first, as always, guys, please go grab yourself a cup of coffee or something. That way you guys can sit down and tune in. Thanks, guys.
Well, guys, unfortunately for me, Ojama Trio reared its ugly heads and stole victory from me twice. You know, it was a good close duel, but in the end, that card made all the difference, and it's definitely something I got to keep in mind. You know, I'm really excited for what's about to happen, but let's go ahead and see what I pull out of Lost Millennium here. I don't think there's really much in this set aside from brain control, but it looks like I'll be getting an Ultra. So from Lost Millennium, damn, the only Ultra I really want is Ancient Gear. That's not really going to do me any good. I'm going to go with Reshif, just because I can't special summon Ancient Gear. I've already got Flame Woman and Thunder Giant, so I think Reshif's just the safer bet. Kind of unfortunate, but I think that's just how it has to be.
Alright guys, we're back at the winner's wheel. I'm actually really excited for this because I'm really hoping to hit super rare. Obviously, Brain Control was the money card last set, so not only do I have 2 super rare spots in this winner wheel slot, but also, since there was no secret rare last set, the 2 secret rare slots on this wheel can count for any card I want in the set. So all in all, I have a 50% chance of hitting Brain Control this week. My fingers are crossed. It could go either way, but come on, give me Brain Control. That's like the only card, because honestly, anything else in the other set? Oh, come on, let's go. Yes. Okay, super rare. I was just about to say, anything else from that last set was completely garbage. So Brain Control, welcome to the collection.
Well, guys, this is actually a pretty exciting week. I feel like we've kind of established this already, but the first couple sets of GX are a little slow. And since the ban list doesn't work the way it did in real life, and BLS and Chaos Emperor and the whole Chaos engine and all of that is still running around for us, we wanted to figure out a way to progress the deck, so to speak, and to make things a little more exciting. So we're going to be opening up 2 sets every week for the next couple of weeks, I believe, just to help speed up the deck building process and get some variety going and helping us to get out of the Chaos meta. So first off, I'm going to open up a pack of Cybernetic Revolution, and then I believe the next set is Elemental Energy. We're going to be opening 2. For Cybernetic Revolution, the stuff that I'm really hoping to pull is Cyber Dragon. So really, it comes down to, do I want Bubble Man and Cyber Dragon, or am I going to pull absolute shit? Anyways, here's pack number 1. Alright, we got a Poison Draw Frog and not much else. Magical Explosion would be cool if I could really use the spell counter engine, but I'm not really sure what I could do to abuse that at the moment. Pack 3, a Miracle Fusion, and our first Death Frog. A lot of shit. I really hate Machine Roids. I think they're the worst pack filler of all time.
Alright, 24 packs. Here's hoping for Cyber Dragon. Not gonna lie, it's the only card I want. First pack, got Poison Draw Frog, that's pretty cool. Dragon's Mirror's cool. Everything else, kind of jank. Second pack, nothing really. Again, another Dragon's Mirror, another Poison Draw Frog. Alright, there's a Bubble Man, that's pretty cool. Just a free level 4 to throw on the board. I don't know if we'll ever play it, but at least I have that as an option. Indomitable Fighter Lele is a pretty cool card in a skill drain deck, so that wouldn't be a bad option to fall back on this week.
Alright, we got Bubble Man and a second Batteryman C. Hopefully we get a couple more Bubble Men and ideally multiple Cyber Dragons. Pack number 8. We got Power Bomb, which is pretty nice. And I have a playset of Batteryman C's. Alright, another Bubble Man, that's really nice to have. Can I see another Cyber Dragon? There we go, our first Cyber Dragon. And it is an ultimate rare for all the good that does me in the Progressive series. We got one Cyber Dragon, we're halfway through, let's hope for another one. We have a playset of Bubble Man, that's fantastic to me.
I saw Super Rare and Cyber. Oh, well. That's jank, and Miracle Fusion's cool. And Jerry Beans, man, what a legend. All the memes and all the buyouts, you gotta love them. Oh, how did I not realize this is where Death Frog came from? Shout out to the Frogression series. If you know, you know. Cyber and Dragon. I need 3 Cyber Dragons to use this. So, yeah, I don't even have one. So, I'm going to call that a dud.
Another Old Man C. Nothing much there. A System Down and another Dragon's Mirror. So far, pretty good. The Bubble Man alone have made this pretty great. One of my favorite cards of all time, Jerry Beans Man. Another Jerry Beans. Do I get the playset? Oh, not yet.
Oh, yes! Right before the halfway point, Cyber Dragon. Oh, man. How crazy. This is like the one card I want out of the set. Everything else, throw it in the trash. This is the card that's insane. I don't know how lucky Ricardo is this opening, but hopefully I get away with being the only one to get a Cyber Dragon. Magical Explosion as an ultimate rare. This card leads to a lot of FTKs. I don't know if we could ever abuse it, but maybe. That's kind of degenerate though, and I'm not about that life. Okay, maybe I'm a little bit about that life. You caught me.
Alright, we've got a couple packs left here. Another System Down. The playset of Jerry Beans. I believe that's my third Dragon's Mirror. Can I see another Cyber Dragon though? That is the question. Oh, things are getting kind of rough here, guys. We got a couple packs left. We do get Winkaribo level 10 though. I don't think I have Winkaribo level 1, so not a lot of good there.
Let's go! Second Cyber Dragon. That's so crazy. Not just getting 1, but 2. That is so good. Just being more likely to draw this card now puts our deck that much more over the top. Dude, that's so crazy.
Here we go, last pack. Will I see another Cyber Dragon? No, I do not. Alright, well, Cybernetic Revolution was pretty kind to me. I got the one Cyber Dragon. I would have loved to have a couple more, but I can't really complain about the one. Different Dimension Master is pretty interesting. Not really sure if I'm going to see play with it just because of the cost, and it's a level 5. But, it's a nice option to have with the Chaos Monsters. Got a lot of Machine Roid monsters that I will never ever play. What's really interesting is I got playset up Bubble Man, so I'm going to have to definitely keep that in mind as I build the deck this week. Again, Chaos is still going strong, so it's hard to justify not running the Chaos stuff, but Bubble Man does make a hell of a case. A playset of Death Croaking, a playset of Dragon's Mirror, we got 2 System Down, and we got a whole bunch of the Charmer traps, but we'll see what I'm going to pull from Elemental Energy first before I comment on what I might build this week.
Alright, last pack. Really isn't much else to hit, but let's flip it up. Looked like nothing. Alright, well... hell of an opening. I can't believe we got double Cyber Dragon. Where are they? Okay, there's 1 and 2 right there. Cyber Dragon.
Elemental Energy is the second pack we're opening this week. There's not a lot in this one, honestly, that I can really see. To me, the big one is Pot of Avarice, so let's go ahead and see if I pull it in 24 packs. If not, I'm going to be really butthurt heading into the 5Ds era in about, what, a month and a half, 2 months? So here we go. Pot of Avarice. Find me. Yeah, so Dark Worlds are in this one. But, you know, they don't really do anything until Grapha shows up. But, you know, that could be very different here in the Progression series. But the Dark Worlds do start up here in this set. Some more Dark World stuff, some Charmers. Really nothing great. Level Limit Area A exists. The Jack Knight makes his first appearance. I don't know what the chances are of me pulling King and Queen as well, but yeah.
First pack, here we go. Okay, not much in here. Non-fusion area is a cool floodgate. Okay, here's one of the boss monsters for Dark World. Gold Warlord of the Dark World. Most Dark Worlds will have an effect when they're discarded by a card effect. It doesn't work with cost like Raigeki Break, but if you use any of the support cards for the Dark Worlds, or even something like Spirit Reaper's card effect will trigger it, or even Graceful Charity will trigger these Dark Worlds. And what Gold will do is when he's discarded, you can special summon him from the graveyard. Now, some of the Dark Worlds have a secondary effect when they're discarded by your opponent's card effect, and Gold has a pretty cool effect where if he's discarded by your opponent's card effect, not only do you special summon him from the graveyard, but you can destroy 2 cards on the field. Again, it's not very likely to get that effect, but there is ways we can manipulate your opponent to actually force them to get this effect off. Will we ever play this? I don't know. We'd have to pull a pretty good Dark World core, but pretty cool. Also, we got Hydrogeddon. I'm hoping to get a playset of this card. Whenever you destroy something by battle, you can special summon another Hydrogeddon, so having a playset makes for a pretty cool rank 4 engine. We never open Hidden Arsenal, so we don't get Guaiba, which basically does the same thing, but he's 100 attack stronger. So in our series, this will definitely have to do. But if we ever pull something like an Evil Czar Exceed, that'd be pretty crazy. Shout out to Dino Rabbit.
All right, we got some Virtual World Tiger Cannon over here. It's actually a joke I stole from Justin. Don't let him know. Man, this is a rough set for me. I'm really hoping for that Pot of Avarice, though. We've got another Elemental Hero Fusion. Pot of Avarice, please. This is not fun. I need you. Where are you? Another Jack's Knight. We are over the halfway point. There it is, baby. I got everything I needed out of this set.
Okay, very next pack, Silva, Warlord of the Dark World. This is the other boss monster for the deck. When he's discarded, you special him from the grave, and when he's discarded by your opponent's card effect, you can take 2 cards out of their hand and put them on the bottom of the deck. That effect is really crazy. Ooh, okay, this is one of the main ones, Brow. When he's discarded by a card effect, you can draw a card, and if he's discarded by your opponent's card effect, not only will you draw a card, but you can draw an additional card. It'd be really nice to get a playset of this card. It's pretty good for the deck. We also got another Hydrogeddon. Super awesome. There you go, 3rd Hydrogeddon and another non-fusion area. Super awesome.
We got a lot of Dark World cards that I haven't really been paying attention to because all I wanted was Pot of Avarice. But we do have a lot of them, so I'll have to definitely look into that as an option. All right, we got a couple packs left here. Another Elemental Hero. Not much in this set, guys.
Oh, there we go. This is a good pack. We got Pot of Avarice. Again, we can't really use it right now, but maybe in the future we will. And we got Silva and Dark Deal. So what Dark Deal does is basically if Ricardo activates a spell card, we can change that card's effect to your opponent must discard 1 card. This is good because if he activates something like Monster Reborn, not only will he not get to special something from the graveyard, but now he's making me discard a card, being able to trigger something like Silva, not only bringing him back from the graveyard, but now it's his card effect. So I'll get the secondary effect, which in this case, if it was Silva, I could take 2 cards out of his hand and put it on the bottom of the deck. Hey, okay, more Dark World support. Another Brow. Hopefully we can get one more. Okay, there you go. Dark World Lightning. I believe that's our 2nd copy, so that's pretty good. What it does is it destroys a set card on the field, and then you discard a card. So again, helping you trigger your Dark World effects. Plus, this is any set card, so if ever I'm afraid of Magician of Faith or Cyberjar or whatever, this can actually out his flip effect monsters.
The other Elemental Hero, so I think I pulled both of them at this point. I see VW or V Tiger Jet. I know I pulled the Fusion, but I don't know if I pulled the rest of them because I haven't been paying attention to them. But I guess I'll see in the end. Another Elemental Hero. The final set this week, or final pack this week. Nothing. So we got 3 Jax Knights. We got a bunch of Dark World Vanilla V Tiger Jets. We got Silva at 2, bunch of Charmers, Braun at 2. We got a bunch of Wild Hearts. Oh, so we did pull a W. Do I have X, Y, and Z though? I don't remember if I have X, Y, and Z. I'll have to look back at the Magician's Force stuff, I guess. Again, nothing much in the spell department. We do have 3 Dark World Lightnings, so that could be fun to have. There's Pot of Avarice, the one good card to come out of this set. Our pools over here, you know, of course, we see the Cyber Dragon and, of course, the 3 Bubblemen. Some options did open up this week. It'll be interesting to see what I choose to play and what Justin chooses to play, but I'm pretty interested in seeing how 2 packs affects us. I think it's going to be really interesting. Last week, I came really close and just was not prepared for that Ojama card to come into play, but this week, I'm more than ready. I got a plan for Monarchs, I got a plan for Chaos, and I got a plan for Rescue Cat. So I'm going to be doing some thinking, but it's time to build.
All right, final pack. We pretty much got everything we wanted. We got the pot. We got a good amount of Dark World support. I'll have to flip through it in the end to see if we can actually make it work. But I do think we need a Brawn and maybe another Brow. Obviously, they're both rare, so in this last pack, we can't get them both. But fingers crossed, let's see what happens. And it looked like that was nothing. Yep, nothing. All right, all in all, pretty good opening. We do have our playset of non-fusion area, so that's nice. We got our playset of Hydrogeddons. That's super awesome. I think we pulled 1 gold and like 4 or 5 Silvas. As far as the other Dark World support goes, we do have a playset of Scout. I believe we have a playset of the Gateway. We have a playset of Dark Deal. We have 2 or 3 beige, for sure at least 2. We do have Dark World Lightning here. I think we have 3. Let's check. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we're good on that. We didn't get any Brawn, which actually would have been a pretty good card for the deck since we could search it off Scout. But we do have Brow. I believe we have 2 copies of it, so that's pretty decent for draw power. It's so tempting, man. If I had Brawn, I almost think I would. I'm going to have to look at all my cards. I have double Cyber Dragon to play with this week as well, so who knows? Maybe we can do some kind of Chaos Dark World? I don't know. It sounds kind of bad, but if we could pull it off, that'd be really insane. I'm super curious to see what Ricardo brings this week, and I know he's out for revenge. This week actually is also really crazy because if I win this week, that'll be 3 times in a row, and I will have started the GX era with a hat trick. So I know Ricardo's going to bring something good this week. I'll see you guys later. Peace.
Well, guys, unfortunately for me, we are on the October 2005 ban list. That means that Tsukiyomi, Book of Moon, Magician of Faith, and Night Assailant are all at 1, meaning the Kochi Turbo is no longer my best option. I've looked through my entire card bank, and I tried to figure out, was Chaos still the way to go? Were there other options available to me? And while there were, none of them really had the punch that Chaos does. And of course, since we're playing on traditional, luckily for me, Chaos Emperor Dragon and BLS are still available, whereas in real life, the 2 of them were banned. We are now out of the GOAT format, so it's basically going to be a matter of what can I do with the October 2005's limits to build the best deck possible, because I've lost 2 light targets in Magician of Faith, I've lost a Kochi Turbo. All around, we are having a bad time. That being said, let's get into the deck this week. Once again, Chaos Emperor Dragon, BLS, Chaos Sorcerer, and Jinzo all make their return to the deck. I don't have to explain what makes Chaos Emperor Dragon, BLS, and Chaos Sorcerer such amazing threats. I mean, at this point in the game, these 2 are banned. So it's a nice plus to have them still available to me. Jinzo himself, he's here for 2 reasons. 1, it means that I'm pretty free to do whatever I want in the battle phase. It means that I don't have to worry about my monsters being destroyed via Solemn Judgment. It's basically my way to make Justin have to rethink his deck every time we play it. It limits Justin's deck building in a way. Of course, it also holds back my own, meaning that I had to limit my traps, but Jinzo is Jinzo, and right now, Jinzo is still incredibly powerful. New to the deck is Cyber Dragon. It is a level 5 monster. It is a light target, 21k attack, special summoned itself. It's an absolute behemoth. I love this card. I'm so glad I pulled the 1. Wish I could have got the 2, but the 1 will have to make do for now. No longer on the list is Vampire Lord. It's a card that I've wanted to use for a long time, but it was stopped by Yatagarasu in its debut episode. It was a card that just didn't really get to be abused the way that I wanted to abuse it, but it is now at 3. I'm running 2 because I couldn't justify that potential dead draw. The real reason Vampire Lord is here is for the legend deck Devastation Virus. If I can get these two to go off, I'm having a good time, and Justin isn't. So that's why Vampire Lord is here. Breaker the Magical Warrior makes his return. Don Zalug comes back once again. In addition to the Vampire Lords and the Spirit Reapers, you know, the hand hate is just, it's alive. Kyoko is back once again. I heavily debated this card because I don't know if Justin's going to be on Chaos Monsters, but I realized I don't want Justin being able to revive cards like Rescue Cat. I don't want him to be able to revive monsters to tribute for Monarchs. And of course, if he is playing Chaos, Kyoko is a nice check to that. So Kyoko, it's main decked at the cost of Jowgen in the main deck, because to me the two are kind of interchangeable in what they do. Royal Magical Library has been added to the main deck. If you look at the spell lineup, you'll see that the goal of the deck is to speed through, and Royal Magical Library helps that both by allowing me to draw cards itself and by just allowing me to abuse these spells without any remorse. Worst case scenario, it gets sent to the grave by something, well, it's a light target for the Chaos Engine. Sangan and Witch of the Black Forest, of course, make their return because they search everything in the deck outside of BLS and Chaos Emperor Dragon, I believe, and the Cyber Dragon, but big deal. Spirit Reaper is at 2. You might notice that Pyramid Turtle is not in the main deck. I've tried to play Pyramid Turtle every other time I play the Spirit Reapers and the Vampire Lords, but Justin just has too many ways around the Destroy by Battle effect. Night Assailant is now at 1, which does hurt because I can't recycle my flip effect monsters as much, but it's still incredible to have, especially with the flip effect monster lineup that I do have. Cyberjar makes its return because it's an absolute power card. It speeds through the deck, it adds to my hand, it special summons monsters on the field. This card is amazing, and I love it. I love you, Cyberjar. Thank you for coming into my life. Mask of Darkness makes its return. It might be its debut. I'm not even entirely sure. I can't remember if I main decked it or if I side decked it, but Mask of Darkness is here because I want to save this deck Devastation Virus. As nice as it would be to recycle my Solums or my Mirror Force, deck Devastation Virus is the key card in this duel because Monster Gate can mill deck Devastation. Reasoning can mill deck Devastation. But with the Vampire Lords and the Jinzo and the Chaos Sorcerer, the deck's Devastation is live. It's just a matter of me getting to it. And Mask of Darkness allows me to bring it back from the grave. And best case scenario, use it twice. Although that might be the worst case scenario because it means that the first time wasn't enough. So Mask of Darkness is here for deck Devastation. Magician of Faith, once again, an MVP of the deck. Unfortunately, it's now at 1, meaning I lose 2 light targets, but of course the effect is still amazing, and being a light target just buffs the Chaos monsters. New to the deck is Magical Merchant. I believe I used the card before, but now it's more essential because Magician of Faith is at 1. The spell lineup is mostly the same. Upstart Goblin makes a return to 2 because I just want to play with a smaller deck. 38 cards essentially, and of course they buff the Royal Magical Library. Double Reasoning. I could have played 3, but every time that I did my test hands, the 3 either were dead draws, or they were hitting the grave too often, or worst case scenario, Justin's going to start reading my levels. And of course, the biggest drawback of the Reasoning is that they kill Chaos Emperor and BLS. Monster Gate, on the other hand, worst case scenario, I hit the Chaos Emperor or the BLS, I'm still getting something. Monster Gate will summon something. Scapegoat is here because 1, great defensive option. 2, Monster Gate. While I can't tribute these for a tribute summon of Jinzo, Cyber Dragon, or Vampire Lord, I can tribute them for Monster Gate. So it is essentially a free monster. Monster Reborn, Premature Burial. I really wish I had Call of the Haunted in here, but I just could not justify the deck space for it. Raigeki, absolutely insane. There's no reason to not run it. Card Destruction. 1, I get to speed through my deck. 2, every time this card is seen play, it has disrupted a strategy. Whether it be mine or Justin, Card Destruction is insane. So to me right now, it is an absolute must, especially with me speeding through my deck the way that I am. MST, it's here for Justin's back row, mainly Imperial Order if I can play it from my hand. The double Solums because God's Vibe Check is just that powerful, and this is my biggest one-up against Justin. Dust Tornado is here for Imperial Order. Of course, it can clear a lot of back row, but Imperial Order is the big one, and if Justin is back on level limits, Dust Tornado is absolutely essential. Mirror Force makes this long-awaited return. You know, this is a card that Justin is afraid of every week, and I haven't been playing it because I was afraid of Jinzo, but Justin hasn't been playing Jinzo for the past few weeks, so I think Mirror Force is safe to return. And of course, Deck Devastation Virus. It's a card that you saw last week, but it was a card that I didn't really get to use. This week, however, we are running Jinzo, Chaos Sorcerer, and the double Vampire Lords. Deck Devastation Virus will hopefully see play. The side deck has been made to counter every one of Justin's strategies so far. Jowgen is here for the Chaos monsters, Chain Disappearance is here for Rescue Cat, and for Justin's overall weaker monsters. Nobleman of Crossout is here just to get rid of any dangerous flip effect monsters Justin may have. Dark Hole, I just couldn't justify putting in the main deck because of how tight the deck space was, but of course Dark Hole is still insanely powerful. The King Tigers are here to put in check any monster that Justin may want to tribute from Monarchs. It's here to check the Rescue Cats, the Gyaku Gyres, the Mystic Swordsman. Pretty much, if Justin plays a lower level monster, King Tiger is here to check it. The Phoenix Wind Blast and Raigeki Breaks are now in the side deck. As much as I wanted to have them in the main decks, this specific build is built on rushing through the deck, and I couldn't justify these slower trap cards being in there. For the same reason that Mirror Force wasn't being run, Sakuretsu wasn't being run. I was afraid of Jinzo. But again, Justin hasn't been playing Jinzo, so now I'm ready for the 1-for-1 exchanges. Even if that means they get Mobius, it is a small cost. Chirion the Mage makes his return. I wanted to play 2, but all of my spells are power spells, and I can't justify discarding a single one of them because most of those are more powerful than Chirion can or will be. And the final card of the side deck is Giant Trunade. Of course, it's here for back row hate, but once again, Justin's Imperial Order does kind of make me weary of playing it, but if we see level limits next episode, Giant Trunade will have to hit the field. The extra deck is here once again, just to make Justin think I'm playing Metamorphosis. This duel is going to be interesting because it's going to be a matter of seeing if Chaos is still my best way going forward. And 2, even if I lose, it means that I get to pick up a Warrior's Triumph deck, meaning that I essentially get a free Rhoda and a DD Warrior Lady.
So, we opened 2 boxes this week, and take a look what the heck I was able to create with it. This week, we're piloting Chaos Dark World, I guess? I've added so many new cards to the collection, and with more cards comes more options. A couple weeks back, we got double Deck Devastation Virus. So once I saw what spell cards I had access to and the small Dark World package I actually pulled, I figured this week would probably be one of the best opportunities to try to bring this engine forward. Even though there is going to be more support in the future, I just think this could catch Ricardo off guard. Now, for this episode, we're using the ban list that's out at the release of Elemental Energy. So I don't know what Ricardo's going to do this week, but he kind of lost a lot of cards in his deck, and compared to my deck, I really lost nothing. Needless to say, this gives me a really big advantage this week. Deck Dev is unfortunately at 1 at this time, but it is an insanely powerful card, and with cards like Gold and Silva in the main deck and being backed up with Fusler Dragon and Giant Orc, if I ever draw Deck Dev, it's gonna be really easy to resolve. Since I don't know what he's gonna be on, I do have to keep in mind that Dark Worlds are definitely a thing, but if he's not on Dark Worlds like me, I think this week will be easy clap. Super fast, quick, and easy. The main reason for my confidence is the 3 copies of Skill Drain. The last Skill Drain deck I brought was very reliant on drawing a bunch of trap cards, and this deck is actually the opposite. If everything goes my way, I could OTK out of nowhere, and I don't need to resolve effects on the field to do it. I'm going to run through the card by card really quick. I'm pretty sure Ricardo's waiting for me, so starting things off, for the Dark World package, we're going to play the 1 gold because we opened the 1, and 2 Silva. Again, whenever they're discarded by a card effect, they get to special summon themselves to the field, so free level 5 Dark 23 beaters are always good. And the craziest part is all these graveyard effects go unaffected by Skill Drain because obviously it affects the field only. After that, we have Double Brow. We only pulled the 2, but it's essentially more upstart goblins for the deck, which, by the way, is at 2 this week. And in addition, if it's discarded by Ricardo's card effect, instead of an upstart, it's actually a Pot of Greed. I didn't want to play too many Dark Worlds this week, so this is pretty much what I'm going to roll with. After that, we have the 2 Cyber Dragon. This is so insane that I have access to 2. After that, we're back on the 3 Thunder Dragons. Just free deck thinning, free lights in the grave. And in addition, I've added cards to the deck that will discard for effect to help trigger the Dark Worlds. So if ever I don't have access to the Dark World engine, these Thunder Dragons can essentially replace what I need to discard. After that, CED, BLS, just meta-defining cards. Sangin and Witch, no Tomato this week. I needed to make space for some of the other stuff. 1 Giant Orc and 2 Fusler Dragons. Now, you might be asking, Justin, why not just play 3 Fusler Dragons? And yeah, it's bigger and it's better, But the one reason I am playing the Giant Orc is because if I ever have Witch and Deck Devastation Virus, I know, even if I don't have a discard outlet to summon something like Gold or Silva, that I could just search Giant Orc, attack with it, let it go to defense, and then on Ricardo's turn, flip the deck dev and rip out all his best monsters. After that, the draw power, again, double Upstart Goblin. Very glad this is at 2 for us. 1 drag down to the grave. I don't know if you guys remember, I pulled this way back when, and I only got 1 copy, unfortunately. But what this card does is we'll both reveal our hands to each other and basically pick a card from each other's hand to discard, and then we draw 1 card. So I can be very strategic with this, whether it's setting all my cards in my hand or just making sure my hand is only having Dark Worlds or Thunder Dragons. I could essentially cherry pick the great card out of Ricardo's hand, and he's going to be stuck getting rid of something that's going to generate me free advantage. After that, we have Graceful Charity. This card was never legal during like a full power Dark World deck, so it's going to be pretty crazy to see how this interacts with the Dark Worlds. Card destruction has always been a staple for Dark Worlds, and again, just more chaos draw power. Mirage of Nightmare is another draw card of ours that will actually trigger the Dark Worlds. After that, Pot of Greed, of course, rounding up all the draw cards. We have 7 this week, which is pretty crazy. Then for all the spells that steal Ricardo's monsters, we got Change of Heart, Snatch Steal, and the new Brain Control. After that, Raigeki, Dark Hold, staple. Monster Reborn and Premature Burial, also staple. The 1 MST, again dealing with back row or comboing with Nightmare, and 2 new additions to Dark World Lightning. I mentioned it in the opening. What this card does is it destroys a set card on the field, and if I do, I get to discard a card. So this will trigger the Dark Worlds, and again, if I need to, I could always discard like a Thunder Dragon. But the reason this card's so great is not only does it hit back row, but it'll hit his set monsters as well. So anything like a Cyber Jar that I might be afraid of is just, you know, easy to clean up. Now, if I do target a back row and Ricardo chains it, it only destroys it if it remains set. So Ricardo can keep me from discarding cards if he activates the card. So hopefully he doesn't know he can just chain the card that I target, preventing me from discarding a card. For the traps, of course, the 3 skill drain. This card hopefully will win me the game if we see it. The deck dev, a crazy card right now. Ricardo tried to play it last week. Luckily, he didn't resolve it. After that, we got the IO. We're drawing so many cards. The odds of seeing this is very high. And the last card I'm taking is the 1 Dark Deal. That's it for the main deck. The extra deck, again, irrelevant this week. I was going to play Metamorphosis because I have a bunch of level 5s and even 7s, but I opted out of it. The deck felt pretty tight. So again, if I stole his Magical Scientist or something, if he's on that this week, then I guess I could go into these. As for the side deck, I have the 2nd Fusilier Dragon. If he's on a skill drain deck as well, maybe I put this in. We have the 3rd copy of Dark World Lightning in case he's on a lot of back row or just setting a bunch of monsters. The 1 Lightning Vortex, this discards for cost, so it won't trigger a Dark World, but it's still a board wipe, and I have no clue what he's going to be playing this week. I have the Going First package of 1 Confiscation, 3 Trap Dust Shoot, and after that, we got the 3 Raigeki, just monster removal, spell and trap removal. Again, I just want generic cards because I have no clue what he's going to play this week. And the last cards in the side, 3 Threatening Roar, 2 Waboku, just like last week. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Ricardo has the stuff to build the Rescue Cat deck, but I don't know if he'll go that route or not. But just in case he's on that deck, or any OTK deck really, I want to make sure I have at least something that'll guarantee I see 1 more turn. I am really excited about this week. I'm going for the 3rd win in a row, another hat trick. That would be 3 hat tricks. I don't think Ricardo can afford to let this one happen, even though he will be able to have access to some of the most powerful structure decks in the game. I don't think Ricardo's pride could take it. I am so excited for this week. My fingers are crossed I tech this deck out in a way that will counter whatever he brings, but in the end, I guess I'm just gonna have to wait and see. Once again, guys, in the spirit of the GX era, it's time to get your game on. Ricardo, what's up, man? How are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm really bummed about Geometry last week, but I will recover.
MVP. I'm actually really curious about this week because now there's a new ban list. Again, we're playing with banned cards, so it's not like we lose anything until we do our own ban list. But a lot of your cards that you were playing either at 3 or at 2 or you name it, just different numbers, now you're in a position where if you're playing it, now you have to play one Magician of Faith like me, or even the Tsukiyomis now are at 1. There's just a few things, honestly, that got hit. And especially now with the 2 box openings that we're going to be doing from now on, it just makes it to where either of us could come to the table with really any deck, because even if there's a bad set, there's typically at least one good card we can get out of it, and then normally the other set at least can introduce something that maybe will change our decks.
Yeah, I felt Cyber Revolution, it didn't give a lot, but I felt like what it offered was pretty important going forward. Elemental Energy, I was like, this pack sucks, and I'm glad we didn't waste a whole week on it. Like, I was upset opening packs. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Right, and that's one great thing about kind of doing 2 at once now, because all the bad can kind of be over with, and then all the good kind of just gets crammed in with it. There's going to be a lot of opportunity for creativity, I guess, to kind of mix things up going forward.
Honestly, either way, I'm fine with the outcome of this duel, because if I win, great, there's a win. If I lose, I'm telling people right now I'm picking up Warriors Triumph.
That's right. The structure decks are now available to grab after a hat trick. I forgot about that.
So I'm telling you, you want to forfeit, scary. You want to keep me from getting DD Warrior Lady, you want to keep me from getting Rhoda Royal Decree, here's your chance right now. Short episode, easy editing job. Yeah, just walk away.
Oh man, well, I told myself at the start of this series, and even coming into this episode, I'm not gonna let that get in my way. I'm definitely going for the win, and if you happen to get some more powerful cards out of it, well, then it just goes to show you need the help. All right, bud, let's get into this. I'm real excited.
Let's go.
Hey!
The Rock let me down again.
That's true. I was just thinking, I'm like, it's all about drive, but I didn't want to say it and give it away. Oh, man. Okay, this week, I'm going to mix it up. I'm going second.
Oh, that's scary. All right. Here we go. Opening draw. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set 1 monster face down and 1 card. Classic T set to start off our duel.
Oh, classic. All right, starting turn. Ooh, that's a good card to draw into. Top deck, Pot of Greed.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, and we're going to keep the draw power going, bud. We got an Upstart Goblin, which is now at 2.
So I will gain 1,000.
And an old but familiar card. We're going to activate Thunder Dragon, adding 2. All right, we got +1. Deck thinned quite a few cards. Yeah, I'm just going to start off pretty aggressively. I'm going to activate Dark World Lightning and target your set card.
Oh, the face down. Yeah, that's
the back row.
That's going to have to be fine.
Ooh, well, I get to discard a card now, and I am discarding Silva.
Dark World.
Silva will summon itself, and I just got myself a free 23 beater. All right, we're going to go to battle, and I'm going to swing.
Luckily for me, it is Spirit Reaper.
Ooh, okay. No problem. We're going to set 1, pass turn.
All right, we go draw. Standby, main.
Nothing in main phase. You're good.
All right. I don't want to waste this early, but that's a scary fucker. I will activate Raigeki.
Oh, so you're willing to risk attacking with Spirit Reaper directly, maybe hitting a Dark World?
Yeah. I will normal summon Kyoko.
That is a good one.
And let's go to battle. I will poke with Spirit Reaper.
Well, this is going to cost me a hefty amount of life points, but I feel like I should do this. I'm going to activate Skill Drain on attack activation.
Yeah, that is fine.
All right, I'll take the 300, and then I'll take 1,800, and Kaiku's effect will also not activate.
Yeah. Damn, I'm going to have to end there. And
that's it?
Leave the exposed Reaper.
All right, I'm just going to start off by normal summoning Fusler Dragon.
That's a problem.
Yeah, he's a beefy one. 2,800.
Yeah.
I'm just going to enter the battle phase, and to be safe, I'm going to swing over. I think I'm going to get rid of Kaiku right now.
All right, so that's 700. Oh, 1,000. Right, he's at.
All right, so free upstart. All right, that's gonna be it for the turn.
Here we go. Draw. Standby. Main. All I can really do here is put Reaper to defense and pass turn.
Oh god. All right. Ooh. Okay. Thinking here. All right. I'm gonna put a little pressure. I'm gonna banish a light and a dark. Of course, we gotta have the chaos monsters in the skill drain deck still. We're gonna just freely summon this CED.
Yeah.
And Fusler will attack over Reaper. And then 3k punch to the face.
Oof.
And pass to you, bud.
Here we go, draw. It's all on this reasoning.
Well, skill drain pretty much turns off everything, so I don't know. I guess I'm gonna call level 4. Yeah. Ooh, still on scapegoats. Ooh, monster gate. Okay.
Oh, breaker. Unfortunate for me.
Okay.
Damn, I don't want to make its debut like this, but I got no choice here.
Oh, debut.
Cyber Dragon in defense and 1 card face down.
Dang, balling up. It's always sad to see the new ace monster come in as a defensive wall. It's unfortunate.
Man, this skill drain is not what I wanted to see today.
I'm not gonna lie, I was debating on taking a different deck, but I just, for whatever reason, skill drain just felt like the way to go this week. We're gonna go to battle and we're just gonna run over everything. So first, Fusler will attack Cyber Dragon, and then CED will attack okay, Magician of Faith. Main phase 2, we're gonna set 1 and we're gonna pass it. See you.
I think that's got to be game because can't do anything. That skill drain shut me down good here.
All right, game 1 in the bag.
All right. I gotta take first one this one.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, here we go.
Not gonna lie, maybe it's because I've had a lot of caffeine, but that game felt pretty quick.
Here we go, opening draw. Okay, I will set 3
Heavy back.
and put a little pressure here and summon Breaker in attack mode, and I'll pass on that.
All right, starting turn. Okay, we're gonna go to main phase 1, and once again, activating Thunder Dragon.
Yeah,
You don't have like a divine wrath for me?
I'll go for it.
After that, I'm gonna try to fire off Graceful Charity.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, drawing 3. All right, we're gonna go Thunder Dragon and Fusler to the grave. Well, now it's my turn for its debut. Special summon Cyber Dragon to the field.
Yeah, that's good.
After that, I'll normal summon Giant Orc to the field.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, battle phase.
Yeah.
Orc will attack. Orc will go to defense. And Cyber Dragon for 21.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Main phase 2. I will set 1. Pass the turn.
Here we go. Draw. Standby.
You're
Main.
good.
All right. And
I'm like
a hell of a
legitimately
cost.
surprised that those attacks went through.
so I'm going to go ahead and start off with Raigeki Break.
Ooh, okay.
I will discard BLS to pop the Cyber Dragon.
Ooh, BLS. Dang. All right.
Here we go. I will banish BLS and Breaker from my grave to special summon Chaos Sorcerer.
Okay. Yeah, summon's good.
Chaos Sorcerer effect to banish Giant Orc.
All right.
And here we go. Deck Devastation Virus.
Ooh. Well, that's good. I got nothing for that, but I will show you my hand. I have nothing that is 15 or lower.
So Chaos Sorcerer will go to grave. And then I will activate Monster Reborn and revive your Fuelster.
Dang. Okay, yeah. Free 28 beater.
And let's go to attack. 28k direct.
I'll take it.
And I'll have to pass there.
All right, starting turn. All right, guess I got to show you my hand here, what I drew. And it might look familiar.
Interesting.
Both trying to deck dev each other. Well, I'm going to set a monster face down and a mystery card face down. I'll pass.
Here we go. Draw. I'm going to go ahead and set one, and then I'll go to battle.
Okay.
Fusilier over your face down. What? No way. And then I'll pass.
All right. Well, the one card you don't know is my set MST in the end phase.
Damn, what a tragedy. That one does hurt.
Ooh, perfect. All right. Well, I think you know what's coming. Ooh, that was a good draw too. Oh, God. I'm going to activate Dark Hole.
Oh.
Of course, we got the light in the dark. And you already know we got the Monster Reborn, bringing back Fusilier. Quick, easy.
Oh, fuck my life.
Oh, cleaned it up
what the
swiftly.
God damn. That is irritating.
Man, just throwing beaters at you.
Damn. What was in your hand? What'd you draw?
I drew the Dark Hole.
Judge? I didn't see that Dark Hole.
Oh, that's right. With the. Oh, man.
So this week was just Turbo. And then I sided out a bunch of traps. Yeah. Unfortunately, Skill Drain shut me down game 1. And game 2, we just kind of sped through it.
Yeah, it was just me kind of throwing big boss monsters at you, honestly. All right, but let me take a look at this deck. Let me see. Whoa, Magical Library, Magical Merchant. Oh, back on Don Zaluk. You know, it's funny. I remembered you had Spirit Reaper, and I hadn't seen it in a while. And that's kind of why I wanted to go Dark World. Because I was trying to think of some cards that you might play to, like, replace the cards you lost. And the first thing that came to my mind were the hand control cards. I actually hit a pretty big package. I hit 2 of the Brow, which is pretty cool. I hit 2 of the Silva, which is pretty awesome. And I hit 1 gold. And those are the supers. So actually, I lied. I actually hit 3 Silva and 1 gold. It was pretty... gold was a super, and I think Silva were rare, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that duel just kind of came down to you having the beaters when needed. I mean, to have deck devastation go off and just nothing from it.
Right, and that's what's crazy is because, like, since I'm on this deck, really the only thing you could have hit with deck dev in my deck is the Brows, and then I still play, like, Sangan and Witch, and I really think that was all you could have hit. Yeah, you couldn't have even hit the Thunder Dragon. So, really, I don't know. Deck dev really doesn't affect this deck now that I'm looking at it. So I don't know if you noticed when you were flipping through the graveyard, you saw I had the Cyber Dragon, but did you notice I had 2?
Nah. Damn, that is unfortunate. I got the 1. I did get a playset of Bubbleman, which will do me somewhat decent in the future. But luckily, now that I've got hat-tricked, I can pick up the Warrior's Triumph, meaning next week I will have access to Rhoda.
That's true.
So, Bubble
There's
Man
a lot of good
actually
cards
an
in that,
now.
actually.
Yeah, that deck was insane. Like I said, if I lose this round, I'm fine. We're at the point now where the decks aren't just bad cards piled on top of each other. There's actually some really nice staples to pull out of these packs.
Yeah, just looking at the Warriors structure deck, you get a lot of really good cards. You get like a Goblin Attack Force if ever you wanted that for like Skill Drain. Marauding Captain's a pretty good card in the future. Exiled Force and DD Warrior Lady are 2 amazing staple cards that, I mean, I have the Warrior Lady, but the Exiled Force is really nice, especially with priority. And you'll have the Rhoda to get it. That's really crazy. Plus, you'll have a 3rd MST, a 2nd Giant Trunade, and the thing that I'm most afraid of now, Heavy Storm is officially part of the game. We were going to get it in the future in the, I believe, the Jaden and the Cyrus starter decks, which is a few episodes away. but now it's actually part of the game. I think it's so crazy because not only were we each going to get a True Nade and a Heavy Storm when those starters came around, but the fact that you get a Heavy and a True Nade now means when we do get those starters, you'll have 3 True Nade and a Heavy Storm.
See, all that matters to me is the Rhoda, because it opens up so many options. You know, if I want to go True Degenerate, I have Gearfried. I have Butterfly Dagger Elma. All I needed was a way to search it.
Oh yeah, that's the main reason we want Rhoda, right?
Yeah, degeneracy. Yeah, you know, like something I've noticed is that as much as I want to play this asshole right here, every time I run him, he never sees play.
I know, right? And it's funny because he's such a good card, and he went to 1 for a while. I think this is the first time he's back at like 2 or 3.
He's unlimited. I put 2 in the deck. I saw him both duels and just could not get him on the field.
All right, Ricardo, I'm looking forward to next week. I can't wait to open my set. There are so many options on the table. I have no clue what you're going to play, but again, the double box opening just makes it that much more exciting. Anything could happen.
I'm really hyped about next week now that I finally have Rhoda after months of being denied being able to search monsters.
Thanks again, guys, for tuning in. We always appreciate it, and we hope to see you guys next week. Peace.